Prioritize speed. And from here is what's going on, my people? So today we have a full hip routine for you guys to develop movement, speed, prevent injury, better hip function, and just overall mobility and being able to operate in an optimal manner within your sport on a daily basis. Okay. Within this routine is very simple. It's very easy. This is something that you can do mid-season, end of season, before season. You can use this as prep work before a speed session, explosive session, whatever type of movement day you may be having. Okay. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, comment, DM me, whatever. I'll get back to y'all. Other than that, enjoy. Much love. All right, you guys. So first exercise that we have for today is developing hip strength within the end range. All right. The end range is where we're most vulnerable at, okay, as an athlete. So this is what develops your ability to move, to be optimal within your sport when it comes to speed, movement, preventing injury, etc. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start at a smaller variation because I know a lot of people do lack hip mobility. Okay, so I want you guys to start small. So what we're going to do is start from this level right here. This is a good level to start at. Main thing I want you focusing on is putting all your stress on your hip. You do not want to help yourself with this down leg, okay? I don't want you guys using this to spring you up because then that takes away everything that we're trying to develop, which is direct hip strength, okay? So everything's going to be on this leg right here, on this hip. We're putting all the weight on that hip. From there, coming up, we're stabilizing. All right, keep the core engaged from the get. You want your core engaged from the start of the exercise. All right, and this is just developing direct hip strength, eliminating that muscle imbalance that we have, the hip imbalance that we have. Okay. From there, you can start to move up if you have some advanced hip mobility. And then this is where you really start to feel the exercise because now we're really pushing that in range. And now this is where we're more weak at. All right. And the more strength you build in here, the better you'll be able to move, the better you'll be able to produce more force in the vertical and lateral plane so that you're more effective within your sport. So we're here still, no help on that down leg, no springing off. We're here. Core engaged. All right. Core is always fully engaged. All right. We have single leg bench squats. Love these. This is like my staple. I love this exercise. I have all of my pro athletes do this. I have all of my kids do this. It doesn't matter what age group you are. Okay. With this, all we're doing, taking weight, and first I'll show you guys without weight. Weight is not necessary. From this position, all I want y'all doing is going down slow and controlled. Okay. All we're doing is putting that stress on the hip. We're putting that stress on the knee. We're coming down to a slow and controlled squat. From this position, I want you guys shooting up. Okay, that's all we're doing here. And I'll show you guys with the weight. But our focus is putting that hip under tension, though. That's what we want. Going down slow and controlled. Explode up. Okay, I don't want you guys rushing and then losing that control. We don't want that. We want tension. We want hip function. We want control. All right, I don't want you guys to go down slow and then bounce. I don't want you guys using momentum. And I don't want you guys to roll as well. All right. Those are two things I see that's common. You're just going down slow, controlled, and keeping that balance, utilizing our ankles and our feet as well. I love this one for developing mobility as well as teaching the hips to really engage and function the way that it's supposed to. Okay. So gonna align the object with our belly buttons. You do not have to use a hurdle. Okay, I like to use a hurdle just because it really forces me to get more mobile. But all we're doing from this position, good plank. I don't want you guys up here. All we're doing is slow and controlled. Full rotation. Get loose in there. Get comfortable in that position for a few seconds. From that position, control, 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 control. Okay, I do not want you guys rushing the movement because that doesn't engage anything that we need in order to develop hip function. All right, and I don't want you guys whipping it back. You want slow and controlled. All right, slower the better. All right, this develops that strength in the hip flexor and the outer hip. This develops that mobility that you need. Okay, you do not have to go high and set or rep with these. Love this exercise for directly targeting the hip. this develops that strength within the hip right here. This targets our imbalances within our hip. All right, teaches the hips to actually work and produce force in a vertical plane. So what we do here, take a light weight. All right, I want you guys to take a light weight. Gonna be single-legged. Okay. All we're doing is a concentric lift. Powerful, stabilize, and we're going back down on 2 legs. Okay. Here. Right there. All right. And then as you get used to this, you can exert more force and come up with more speed. But right now, I just want you guys to really put that stress on the hip from that position. Lift up. Okay. And this directly targets the hip. This is really difficult. A lot of people have the tendency to slide over and overcompensate. If you're doing that, you don't have to use weight. Weight means nothing. I want you to start small from this position. Right there. Okay. Start small. From there, start to work your way up. Produce force. From there, shoot up quick, and then you can graduate to small weight. All right. But I absolutely love these for targeting that hip directly, eliminating those muscle imbalances, teaching the hip, teaching the leg to be strong on its own. As this exercise is to develop hip flexor strength as well as hip function and mobility. Okay. So within this exercise, we're going for slow and controlled time under tension. All right. From this position, I want you guys going slow as possible. Be conscious of not turning your hip outward, okay? That's what we don't want. We want to keep our hips square, fully straight, posture, upright and good. I don't want you guys leaning back, overcompensating, getting your leg over, okay? We want good posture, core tight, slow, controlled. This is how you develop that hip function. This is how you engage the muscles. This is how you teach your hip to work the way you need it to work in order to eliminate those muscle imbalances and prevent that injury. I don't want you guys slamming that leg. We want full control the whole time. Also, here's one of my favorites. Okay. Love this for developing hip flexor strength. I love this for developing glute engagement as well as core engagement. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to lift my shirt up a little bit just to show you how engaged my core actually is. Okay, so with this, all we're doing, everything upright, good posture. Okay, we're not hunched over or we're not bending as well. Okay, good posture. From this point, shoot up and we're holding. All right, I like to spend more time under tension to develop that muscle endurance within the hips. All right. And then quietly set it down. And what we're doing on that down leg, on my knee down here, my glute is fully contracted. All right. That glute is fully contracted and engaged. You want to teach that glute to fire. All right. Also, this hip is engaged to the fullest. All right. Of course, this is to directly targeting the hip. And then my core is fully fired up as well. Everything's working together. All right. Main focus is you want to make sure that as you're holding in that up position, it's not creeping down. You want to stay true to that up position. All right. Every rep, you want to get higher. Increase that mobility, increase that strength, and hold. Every rep, get higher. I love this exercise for developing that hip strength. Okay. Now we're targeting the side of our hips. We're targeting the abductors. All right. So what we're going to do here is come to that lift. All right. I like to hold for 5 seconds. Set it down quietly. Get a little bit of mobility in. Get back to that lift. Okay. A few things. I want you guys to consciously fully engage your core. Okay. Without engagement of the core, you're not going to get any mobility. Okay. 2, I don't want you guys to overcompensate for that mobility by dipping and getting up. All right. I want you guys straight up. Honor good posture always. And from there, that's how we're going to execute the exercise, okay? This really builds that strength in the outer hip. This builds that strength that you need to be able to cut, move, and be optimal within your sport. All right, y'all. So with this exercise, this directly targets the hips, okay? Love doing this exercise for developing speed, direct strength within the hip flexors, okay? So there's 2 variations of this exercise. First variation, what we're going to do is we're going to come up and we're going to hold. All right. So from here, core is fully engaged. Okay, I want you to see my core fully engaged. All we're doing, coming up, slow lift, and we're holding 3 to 5 seconds. All right, that's all we're doing. 3 to 5 seconds, hold, core engaged. Now, main thing I really want you to focus on is this down leg. That glute needs to be fully contracted. All right, my glute's firing right now. And this is how you teach the body, the hip, the glute, the ankle, the foot, the core, everything to work with each other. Everything has to be consciously engaged. All right, doesn't matter if you're just working the hips. Everything needs to be working together. All right, and now from this variation, what we're going to do is teach the muscles to fire. Okay, we're going to teach the hip to fire and to teach everything to fire right here. So what we're going to do is prioritize speed, and from here is all right. You want to keep the reps low, keep the sets high, keep the reps low, because you want to maximize that explosiveness. Okay, and this is how you develop that speed. Teach yourself to fire. All right, teach yourself to fire. This is how you develop that speed, that top end speed, that first step explosion. I'll show you one more time. Hope y'all enjoyed. That is a wrap for today. Let me know what exercise you guys are having trouble with the most, or what exercise you guys find that helps you guys a lot, or whatever's the most challenging. Please let me know. If you guys have any questions, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, I'm trying to make what you guys need, not what I think you guys need. So please reach out to me. Much love. Enjoy. Y'all have a good one.